Alright, so the Kardashev Scale is a measure of a civilization's current advancement. It typically ranges from type 1 to type 3, but we're gonna see if we can bring that all the way up until 5. So a type 1 civilization would have 100% complete control over a planet's resources. This includes all energy on Earth, including renewable sources like wind, solar, water, as well as naturally occurring resources like oil. They would also have full control to be able to manipulate the planet's weather, being able to prevent things like global warming, natural disasters, and life-ending situations like a meteor hitting the Earth or something. They'd also be able to inhabit previously inhospitable areas of the planet, like the Arctic or Toronto during the winter, if you know what I mean. And lastly, a type 1 civilization is able to communicate with and start gaining control over other bodies in our solar system, like the moon or Mars, so you already know Elon Musk put in that work. According to experts, we're currently at about a type 0.7 civilization, meaning we're 70% of the way there to a type 1 civilization, but I think we got a lot more work to do than we think. So on top of everything that a type 1 can do, a type 2 civilization can also harness the total energy of their home star, which is our sun. Which I don't know how the they plan to do that, but apparently there's something called the Dyson sphere, which is like a million tiny little robot solar power generators surrounding the sun, which they would essentially use as a super powered solar generator. And in case you didn't know, our sun produces a stupid amount of energy per second, which measured in watts would be a number with 26 zeros, and I don't even know what the that is. And that energy that the sun is able to produce in 1 second is like a gazillion times more than the Earth has produced in all of history combined. That's in 1 second. Hey, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Okay, so anyway, using the sun energy, a type 2 civilization also has the ability to travel between planets and between solar systems, which would mean they have societies on multiple planets and be able to freely travel between them. Hey, yo, imagine pulling up to Mars with all the boys. What a trip. Anyway, this is already sounding pretty OP to me, and we're only on type 2. So while a type 1 has complete control over 100% of the energy of its home planet, the Earth, a type 2 has total control of the energy produced by its home star, the sun. Now a type 3 has complete control over 100% of the energy of this dick. No, I'm playing, but these type 3s ain't no joke. Because they have somehow found a way to harness all of the energy produced by its home galaxy. They do this by capturing the energy of multiple stars using billions of little solar power generators called Dyson spheres, and can even create their own black holes. They'd be an intergalactic species able to travel to other galaxies using wormholes that they create. Wormholes are just little shortcuts through time and space. Scientists predict this will all happen in about 100,000 to 1,000,000 years if we even make it that far. Oh, and human life as we know it today will not even exist. With the current trajectory of AI, like your favorite essay writing ChatGPT, we would likely be some sort of cyborg hybrid living amongst completely sentient AI. So this type 3 is as far as the original scale goes as proposed by Mr. Kardashev. But we somehow found a way to bust up into the next level. While a type 3 can harness the total energy of its home galaxy, type 4 would be able to capture all the energy of the entire universe. Yeah, I can't wrap my head around that either. So how would we even do that? Just like how we generate energy here on Earth with like waterfalls and wind turbines, in a similar fashion, we would be able to harness the energy of every star, in every solar system, in every galaxy, across the whole universe. Our technology would be incomprehensible to what we have today, and traveling to other galaxies would be similar to like traveling to another city. Which also means we'd have the ability to teleport anywhere in the universe in an instant. The craziest part is that given that our universe is 13.4 billion years old, it's honestly very likely that a type 4 civilization already exists. Okay, so we control the entire universe now. We've definitely reached our final form, right? Not exactly, because there's a type 5 that goes beyond even this. I'm warning you, these concepts will absolutely shatter your reality, so if you have a weak mind, just keep scrolling. Because a type 5 civilization will control all the energy in the known universe, as well as the energy of every alternate timeline that has, does, or will ever exist. So apparently this is what's called the multiverse, a collection of every possible timeline of the universe which we will be able to access through wormholes. And at this point we would have fully proven every theory in existence, mastered every form of math, science, physics, and perfected medicine. The idea of death would be laughed at as a limitation of the past. We would have documented every type of life form in every universe, and just basically know everything about everything, everywhere, and in every possible timeline. Some arguing that we'd even be able to prove the existence of God. I seriously don't understand how we could possibly advance beyond this. But apparently there's actually a type 6 that manages to do just that. Alright, you ready? Because this civilization goes beyond living beings and is more of a transcendent deity. Yup, we've reached the realm of the gods. So imagine the multiverse for a second. Just a bunch of universes and all their alternate timelines and laws of physics all floating in one place. This realm is what a type 5 controls. Now just try to imagine taking one more step back from that, and you are now looking at a bubble of all possible universes and timelines that have or will ever exist. Oh, and you could also create your own universes along with each alternate timeline of those universes, as well as knows what laws of physics those universes are subject to. Yeah, now you're a type 6. Not so much a society of multiple living beings, but more so an omnipresent entity connected through a hive mind that exists outside of reality itself, which can create and also destroy universes at the snap of its fingers, and even create completely separate multiverses which are just incomprehensible to our human minds. This godlike realm of the type 6 is called the Omniverse. They could essentially be considered the creator of all things ever. So that's it. This is the ultimate and absolute last final form of any civilization that could ever
check this out. There's a type 7.
Shut the fuck up. What will life look like 100 million, billion, trillion years from now? Time itself may not even exist anymore at this point, but if things somehow go our way, we could be a type 7 civilization on the Kardashev Scale, baby. The final frontier. The Kardashev Scale is a measurement of a civilization's technological advancement based on how much energy they're able to harness. But that definition barely even applies to a type 7 anymore, as energy and the concept of civilization itself are no longer relevant. This one took me a while to understand. I try to make it as easy as possible, so just listen to this. So imagine you're a type 6 civilization, just making universes and multiverses left and right. Throughout all of these universes that you're creating, there are billions and billions of type 0 civilizations being born, all through your own doing. Then you ask yourself, if I'm out here making type 0s, who made me? That who would be a type 7. Not even a hive mind of interconnected beings anymore, but rather the fabric of existence itself. The only civilization that creates itself, a fluid, constant entity, the essence of immortal perfection. If it sounds like I'm just spitting out random words, don't worry, you're not alone. Whereas type 6s step outside of reality to create their own, 7s are themselves that reality and always have been from the start. Even trying to imagine a type 7's reality are just beyond the capabilities of our human brain, so don't hurt yourself trying to figure it out. Put simply, they're the god of gods, or even just God himself, the ultimate creator, and it may not even be possible for humanity to get there, as it already is what it is and everything that it ever needs to be. Bro just said a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, I told you this was gonna get weird. So we did it. We finally reached the pinnacle of the Kardashev Scale, and nope, we're not doing that. Yes, I know, there are apparently types 8 to 40, but as you can tell, they just start getting so nonsensical and metaphorical that it just sucks all the fun out of it. So let's cap it off here for the sake of our sanity, and remember, if there is a type 7, they are quite literally watching you right now.